I went down and picked up boulders today for my front yard. We found a dude in the middle of fucking nowhere who's giving away boulders. And
Mundane Matt is a fat, soy-soaked, penisless abomination who cries over YouTube form letters.
That I had gone back there with her after Sunday school, and I put a knife to her throat, and I told her that if she didn't kiss me, I was going to slice her throat.
My job is to head out there into the wilds of the internet to pluck the most interesting, newsworthy stories of the day and talk about them. And they're not all just one subject. I do what I like to call a scattershot of news.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, you worthless cunt. Going into the wilds of the internet. Does he put that on his fucking CV? Scattershot of news. I wonder how many times he's rehearsed that in front of his wife's son.
I have been in a not the best place mentally.
Now wait a minute, Matt! No! Matt, no!
So yeah, that's
wait,
it.
No, dude, wait a minute! Cut, man! No!
So, I'm starting off a new series on this channel called The Mundane Files, where we will be reviewing some of MundaneMatt's old videos and new videos, and basically laughing at him. And I know, what the fuck, Declan, you're doing another MundaneMatt video so soon. It's because I was going through some of the old downloaded videos that I had. I found this, the Lost Star Wars video, in which he fucking rages at the Star Wars haters. Just acts like a massive shill. I've seen actually no one re-upload this. I don't think many people actually saw it in general, so it's pretty fucking funny, so we're gonna laugh at it.
Mark Hamill's going to be back. We don't quite know if he's a Force ghost or if he's going to be alive. And the comments back from that, right, were so interesting to me because of how utterly negative they were. And I'm reading through these on Star Wars Facebook posts, on their Twitter, and I just have to stop for a second and ask the question, what the fuck do you want? No, legitimately, what the fuck do you want at this point?
What the fuck do we want at this point? Maybe a Star Wars movie that isn't utterly shit? Or a Star Wars game for that matter. And remember guys, this video basically got MundaneMatt kicked out of the Star Wars sort of community, as after this video he went on to a stream with world-class bullshitters. Even Van Shiver, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, was on as well. And at the end of they were basically like, look, this is done. You're never coming back on our stream again. Fuck off, Matt. So, he's just such a shill in this video. It's just really, really... You can like a fandom, you can like a series, but if you do, you should be the one that's calling it out if it actually goes to shit. Such as Ghostbusters, for example. I really, really like the show Firefly. If they remade that show and made it fucking awful, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know, what the fuck do you want at this point? I would be fucking pissed off, because it was a really great show. Fuck you, Fox, for cancelling it. And then if you bring it back and just make it dog shit, then, yeah, I'd rather it just have stayed dead. Because at least I would have, you know, good memories of the show, and not just watch it turn to utter shit.
Like, you guys, and it's not everyone, it's a very vocal minority, but you know exactly who the hell I'm talking about. What the fuck do you want? You hated Last Jedi because it did too much shit that was different, and I get that, fine. It subverted expectations in a negative way, all right? Poor storytelling, a lot of nonsense. So they come back and they say, okay, we're going to make episode 9 about the fans. They're going to retool it to the best of their ability. They're going to give people what they can work with in terms of Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill and everything else. Bring back even Lando Calrissian himself, right? And the response is like, no, fuck, stupid shit, God, no.
Yeah, because they've been shitting on the Star Wars fans for years now. Oh, if you don't like it, you hate women. Now that they've seen that they've lost tons of money, that they're like, oh, we're making it about the fans. No, they're just sick of fucking losing money, Matt. And what are they going to do to save the new trilogy of movies? Rey's basically a god with the Force already. And what she's literally done no training besides swinging a lightsaber around a couple of times and meditating on a rock. You know, Snoke's fucking dead for just... It was wasted character. Luke's dead, but just retardedly. What are they gonna do, man? They obviously don't give a shit about us, so Why the fuck wouldn't you call them out?
Like, how, are you ever going to be happy? And you know what the answer to that is? Because you don't have to answer, I can already tell you. No. No, because at this point now, it's fashionable. It is fashionable to shit on Star Wars. It's really interesting how in 3 years, that mindset has completely shifted, right? To where it was like a big thing to talk about. And then now it became this fashionable thing to just completely crap on. And oftentimes, the reason people want to crap on it so terribly is for reasons other people have told them.
Yeah, no, that's fucking retarded. Are you kidding me, Matt? They're shitting on the movies because they've seen the movies. They're not just like, oh yeah, someone told me just to shit on Star Wars, so I'm going to shit on Star Wars. And this video is quite old. It's probably even like 5 months ago. But I've been watching a lot of Ethan's videos lately, and there's a new one which I haven't watched, in which they've apparently fucked up once again. But no, it's just people saying to other people, oh yeah, just go shit on Star Wars. And they're like, oh okay, yeah, I'll just do it. It's just such a dumb line of reasoning.
And I've seen this a lot in comments. I've seen this a lot. I've seen people out there like put false information out. I've seen people out there run with false narratives. I've seen people out there run with stuff that is so unbelievably untrue that you literally have to sit there and start calling a lot of it fake news. But because so many people are passionate about Star Wars, right, that it becomes a very difficult conversation. Because I have legitimately confronted somebody about Star Wars. They're, you know, about it, and they were calling upon some of the things that that Ethan Van Sciver has said.
Oh, it's Shiver. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go watch that stream again. I'm gonna find it and link it if you guys haven't seen it. It's fucking entertaining. He just gets bowed the fuck out. And yeah, this is sort of what led to Mundane Matt false flagging some of their videos because he's a cunt. But yeah, he's gonna go on to make some pretty ludicrous claims, and just wait. I can't believe he actually fucking says this.
And as their defense, as their argument. And I'm all like, well, yeah, but those things were basically kind of false, right? They were hyped up. They were hyped up in order to have an impact, but they weren't entirely real. They weren't entirely truthful. You know, there's a difference between what, you know, trying to use this as a valid news source, and then when you're confronted with that, that's not entirely accurate. And the one thing they used, and this is the one example, the one thing they used was that the Deadpool 2 review ended up on Solo's Rotten Tomato score, and Ethan did a video like, oh, they're brigading positive Deadpool reviews as a way to like inflate the numbers and shit.
Okay, I jumped the gun a bit. He says the retarded statement in the next couple of clips. And I can't believe I actually remember what actually happened in this situation. But what Ethan was saying was that there was one review that from Deadpool 2 that actually made it go fresh in that Rotten Tomato website. I don't know what the not fresh rating is. I never used that website, but still, he was saying that, oh look, this Deadpool 2 review has made this movie, you know, go fresh. So if someone just clicks on it, oh, how Solo, oh look, it's fresh rating. You know, we don't know how much that's going to influence, but it would still have some of an influence. And he was just talking about it. You're acting like he's like, oh my god, you know, this is just this huge, massive conspiracy. No, but still, like, it is a bit weird, Matt.
And I'm like, it was one review. I went and I looked. It was one review. That was it. Right? So it's not like they're brigading or they're flooding. It was one review, and a person probably just got confused on which tab they were on, and they posted it. And it was the exact same day Solo's reviews came out. So you can see how Occam's razor would basically suggest that, yeah, one example of this would probably indicate that there was something else. You know, there was just an accident. Had there been 10, 100, 1,000 reviews that were for Deadpool that came through, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? There's a point to be made there. Maybe there's something worth looking into.
Like I said, you're either lying or you're a moron, man. You're completely missing out the point that one review made it go fresh, and that was the whole point of his video. So maybe represent what your opposition in this case is actually trying to say, instead of just calling him a fucking liar or crazy, basically.
But from all I found, it was one. That's nothing to get your panties in a twist over. So again, I asked the question. And I did this last night. I did a live stream last night where I was all like, can Star Wars be saved? We're talking a lot about it, and people coming in, they're like, SJW Star Wars. I'm all like, but what was SJW? And they can't really answer that question, right? They bring up Rey. That's not really SJW.
You've got to be kidding me, Matt. Okay, let's take Rey. So, she's apparently a Force god. She beats someone that has trained in a lightsaber for many years when she first picks it fucking up. She can also repair the Millennium Falcon better than Han Solo for some reason. You do realize that being a scavenger doesn't mean you actually know how all those parts work together, right? Like, seriously, it's just, are you fucking kidding me, man? You know, what happened with fucking Luke Skywalker? Rose fucking Tico, the SJW fucking robot. All the shit that they've said as well. I can go on and on and on. Yep, no, there's nothing to do with SJWs in fucking Star Wars. Fucking hell, you've got to be kidding me, man. You've made so many videos claiming that, you know, oh, Star Wars and SJWs. SJWs are fucking up Star Wars, but now you're like, what was really SJW? Fucking shill.
It's a female lead. Murray Sue. That's debatable, but that's still not entirely SJW. That's the problem with the writing. Rose Tico and Canto Bite. Okay, that I'll give you. That I'll give you. The whole PETA floppy-eared dog horse thing, while completely ignoring enslaved children, was definitely an SJW thing. I get that. But other than that, all these movies were written by men.
Are you actually serious? So what you're saying that men can't be social justice warriors? So you've never met the likes of Kevin Logan, Michael fucking Rowland, Steve fucking Shives? Seriously, you are just a shill. I'm actually getting lost for words. Oh, they were written by men. That must mean that they're not social justice bullshit. Even though Paul Feig, oh look, Ghostbusters 2016, that was written by a man. It wasn't complete feminist social justice shit at all. It was written by a man. Come on, man.
They're written by men. The 4 movies we have right now, they're written by men. Oh, Lando's a pansexual. If you go back and you really pay attention to the article, to the interview, that wasn't Jonathan Kasdan using that word, right? That was the interviewer putting that word on him and him responding, right? And he kind of like, yeah, and then Lawrence is like, whatever. And then everyone ran with the Lando's pansexual, even though it was the interviewer that was using that word on Kasdan, the writer.
Yeah, but he didn't deny it. Who gives a shit if the interviewer asks the question? If I go to you, are you a pansexual, or is your character a pansexual, and you say yes, it doesn't matter if I, as the interviewer, ask it. It's just shoehorning in just bullshit, man. And you're like, oh no, these people that are disliking Star Wars, they're just doing it because other people told them to, and they just want the cash. Who gives a shit if it's profitable? It's only profitable because so many Star Wars fans aren't fucking shills like you and are pissed off that their movies that they really, really like have become utter shit. Same with Ghostbusters. You know, I didn't see you shilling for Ghostbusters like you fucking shilled for Star Wars. Now, did I, Matt? Because you knew it would make you fuck tons of money. But you're a little bitch when it comes to Star Wars. I'm sorry, I would actually rather hold them to account to get them to make something good instead of just being like, oh, well, you know, it's shit, but I'm just going to deal with it and make the best of it. Because fuck that.
So you can, I mean, just, and people jumping at the shit. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, I have not partaken in some of the outrage stuff. I've been mad about certain things. But I look at what happened, what's going on with episode 9 right now, as legitimately attempting to make things right. Legitimately attempting to make things right. And the response I've seen is basically kind of like, it's all trash.
Because it is all trash. You are the type of person that companies like EA love. They give us loot boxes as like the main progression, and you're like, ah, well, it's Star Wars, I'll just take it. And even they fucked Battlefront 2 up so much that I got that game for $7, and I still think it's just terrible. Like, the progression alone, even though you don't need loot boxes anymore, what happens is when you level up, you get a point to put into one of the cards, and certain cards are, you need to be level 15 to get this. It's boring, it's shit, because everyone's maxed out, because I've bought it ages later. Everyone just, if you're assault class, you use these 3. If you're heavy, you use these 3. It's utterly shit, man. So we need to hold these companies to account so they actually start respecting the license and not thinking we're fucking morons like you. And it's more interesting anyway. Who wants to watch someone shield for something that's shit? It's just boring.
It's all garbage. Star Wars is dead. I'm like, is it? Is Star Wars dead? No, it's not fucking dead. Of course it's not fucking dead. It's only dead if you want it to be dead. And if you so very much hate Star Wars at this point, then why do you constantly fucking discuss it?
Because they liked Star Wars and they hate Star Wars in its current form. These are the type of people that buy all the Star Wars books, know all the lore, really have invested a lot of time and money into this particular franchise, and have now been treated like utter shit. That's why they talk about it constantly. Because they want to bring it back to some semblance of what it used to be. I know the prequels weren't that great, but at least some of the fucking fight scenes were great, especially in The Phantom Menace. You know, look at Darth Maul, he's a freaking cool character. But The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Solo, none of those have any of that, so it's just a terrible movie completely. It's like you think that these people want Star Wars to be shit. No, they actually want Star Wars to be good. That's why they bitch about it all the time. They're not fucking shields like you, man.
How's that for a fucking question back on you?
It was fucking retarded.
And again, these are specific people that I'm talking to. A vocal minority. Those who claim to hate Star Wars, yet cannot stop talking about it. Right? I found myself getting caught up in a lot of the negative stuff. I'm not going to lie. It's profitable. It's very profitable if played correctly. And there are people out there that are very much playing it correctly. When I did my Disney ruined Star Wars with The Last Jedi video, I was legitimately upset. I was legitimately upset after seeing the movie. The video did very well. And then after that, it kind of creates this, and this is how YouTube rewards drama and negativity.
So you even admit that after you saw The Last Jedi, you were upset. Yet you can't extend the same courtesy to other content creators that maybe they feel the same way. Like, I know when I'm looking up some of this content, it really pisses me off. Yes, they're obviously making money, which is great, but from what I've seen of their videos, they actually really seem to be passionate about the franchise. It's not like they've just found a cash cow and trying to jump on it like you. And you always say in your videos, oh, well, movies mean so much to me, stuff like that. It just sounds like you're not emotionally mature enough to critically look at a series that you've really liked in the past. So you're just clutching into it and like, oh, you know, it's not so bad. How is Rey and Mary Sue? That's not social justice at all. Even though she's basically a Force god that can do everything without even trying. It just means that no one can trust your opinion.
Is people respond to it, so then you feel the need to do more. I'm done being negative over The Last Jedi. I'm done. I'm done with it. I liked The Force Awakens. I loved Rogue One. I enjoyed the shit out of Solo. And The Last Jedi is the only one out there that I didn't care for. And every time I try to bring myself to rewatch it, I simply can't. But that's my opinion on Star Wars. That's my opinion on exactly where we find ourselves within the franchise. People have I don't think, I'm not going to blame it on toxic people. I don't believe that's a thing in this case. But there are people out there that are legitimately bitching about Star Wars all the time.
Yeah, well, you've bitched about feminism all the time. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but they're allowed to bitch about Star Wars if they think it's shit. So what? It's the exact same thing, Matt. How many videos have you made on Anita Sarkeesian? So, you know, someone in a glass house shouldn't fucking throw stones?
Without fail. Without stopping. And I just kind of roll my eyes. So all you're going to get out of me is honest commentary. Things I honestly like. Things I honestly don't like. I'm not going to try to get myself worked up and outraged over something that's inconsequential. I just don't want to do it. I feel like I was going down that pathway. I feel like that's what the audience was wanting, but that's not me being true to the audience. That's me feeding into some negative shit that I created this channel to get away from.
Then don't, Matt. Chill for a shitty series. Do your actual opinions, which obviously I don't think you should lie when you make videos. But just be ready for the fact that I don't think many people are going to agree with you. Because you're just letting your, oh my god, it's Star Wars, just completely cloud your judgment. So, that's your fault, man.
I cover politics and general news on my main channel, and that's nothing but negative shit. I created 3 Buck Theater in order to be able to have fun and to talk about movies and to geek out about stuff. And I found myself getting caught back up in a very similar trap that I was caught in before that I created to get away from. So I'm not going to sit there. I'm going to talk about Star Wars. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm going to try to come at it from a positive perspective because, you know what, unlike a lot of people that talk about movies, I've worked in the industry. I understand how the business side of it works. I get how the creative side of it works. And I'm going to apply that logic and that experience to my commentary.
I'm sorry, Matt, but walking around with your friend in a forest and filming it, I don't think that really gives you any experience in the movie-making industry. Holy shit, that's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. If people watch that, it makes them think that your judgment is worse than other people because you put out something so bad. And look, he obviously did whatever he wanted, which obviously led to him being a false flagging cunt, and thus his channel's basically dead now. And I've gotten really frustrated at this video. It's just that I just fucking hate shills. But anyway, I will link the discussion between him and world-class bullshitter Ethan, fuck. I can't get his name right for some reason. I'll link it in the comment section down below. Go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. And yeah, hopefully you like this new series. I won't do another Matt video for a while. But yeah, I just saw it and I wanted to comment on it before I left. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
It's official black. I'm the gay dirt diggler, pussy boy, aka the turd tickler. I'm the turd.